Megan Palmer is the only senior on Keene State's volleyball team. She's also a team captain, partly because of her successes as a player. Her achievements include a career high of 19 kills in a match against Westfield State, a career high of 7 assists against Castleton University, and she even put together 22 digs in a match against Emmanuel College. She did all of this in her junior year. Palmer is no stranger to competitive pressure. Her high school volleyball career helped her with that.
So I was actually the only senior on my high school team too, which is, it's like weird that it worked out like that. But in terms of volleyball, I kind of like it because I just feel like I just have the team and it's kind of like my team instead of like me and someone else.
Palmer started playing volleyball in middle school, and she had to be convinced by her friends to even try out for the team. 8 years later, and she's totally committed to the game.
I kind of just played on the middle school team, and I liked it a little bit, but I wasn't crazy about it. And then I played on JV when I was in 8th grade, and that was when I loved it, and then I continued throughout high school.
When Megan came to Keene State in 2017, she played in 27 of the 30 games that season. KSC coach Bob Weiner was impressed by what he saw.
She was the freshman who played on a very strong team. We asked her to do a lot of different things as a freshman. She was our first person off the bench.
Palmer became a team leader her junior year when she was chosen as captain, beating out 3 seniors for the position.
We had the players select who the captains will be. She was selected as a junior and to be a solo captain, and we had 3 seniors on that team who we did not select. But that had to do with the fact that leadership is a funny thing. You can teach it, but there has to be something intrinsic that the player brings. And Megan had it. We all knew that when she was a sophomore. So it was an easy choice.
Megan says being a captain and leader motivates her to always play and practice at the highest level.
I feel like I have to work, practice harder, and just like everyone's like watching me kind of. So I have to play, maybe not play my best, but how I react to things and like how I handle things and like stuff like that. Like everyone's always watching me and like always going to come to me for advice. So that's kind of something that I have to keep in mind, that like it's not like I'm just playing for myself.
Coach Weiner says the team made a good choice when picking a captain.
She's terrific. She's one of the best we've ever had. She crosses the line in practice and works hard every day, and everybody can see how hard she's working. But in addition, the stuff she does off the court in terms of organization, in terms of keeping everybody cool, she's a terrific leader. She kind of encompasses Keene State volleyball.
Freshman Kelsey Harper explains that Megan's style of play really pushes her playing abilities to the next level.
I think it's definitely pushed me to work super hard. She's very aggressive, likes to keep things going, and sometimes I'm a little bit like dilly-dally, but she's really pushed me out of that, and it's good because I've gotten so much better this season.
After not playing a game since November of 2019, the Owls will be back on the court this weekend. They'll be facing off against the Eastern Connecticut University Warriors. The game is at the Geisler Gymnasium in Willimantic, Connecticut at 1 p.m. on Sunday, March 28th. For the Owls Media Network, I'm Aurora Caraballo. Shannon Parks went from an average high school soccer player to a record-breaking college thrower. Shannon gave throwing a shot after an upper connectors program when she was just a freshman in high school.
I got started in track when I was a freshman in high school. We had these upper connectors, so like seniors would adopt a freshman. And I was looking for like extra activities to do because I originally just was a soccer player. So I was looking for something in the spring. And she said to come try out for the track team. And she was a thrower herself, so I kind of joined her and did it that way.
That choice fared well for Shannon. As a junior at Keene State College, she is now a force to be reckoned with. She got her name in the record books early when she was only a freshman. Her first year as a college thrower, she claimed the shot put record with a distance of 12.09 meters. Her success didn't stop there, though. Just 2 years later, she beat her own record in the shot put with a distance of 12.43 meters. Parks broke the school record freshman year, but with the hiring of new throws coach Dante Hill, she's taken her tosses to the next level. Parks' development has been part of a long-term plan by KSC coach Paige Mills to build up the field events as part of the Owls team.
A huge goal of mine is to promote and to grow our throws program, and we've had a history of success in the throws events, and bringing on Coach Dante Hill to work more specifically with that group and with Shannon has just been huge for us.
With a throwing coach aboard, Parks has been making steady progress in all of her events.
Track-wise, you're seeing her she's making these leaps way quicker than I thought. This year, I was like, we got to get a base behind us. Man, the way she's growing as an athlete, how receptive she is to coaching, it's been great. She's making life easy, making life easy for me.
When Parks is not at practice or meets, she's stepping up to her role as captain by helping out first years on the team.
Yeah, this year I think she has stepped up more into that role, developing that voluntary study help hours with our first years has been just huge. And she just volunteers her time if we have recruits. She just loves to be involved.
Parks and her coach have big plans for her in the future when it comes to putting her skills to good use.
I am an elementary ed and studio art major, so I could see myself being like an art teacher or something like that, or an art therapist. But I also want to have like a coaching job. So like I want to coach other throwers at the high school level after college.
Shannon, the world better be ready for Shannon, because I know she's got big goals, big plans. Whatever she sets her mind to, she's just going to be so excellent at. She's going to succeed. And, we'd love to have her stay around the area so she could stay involved with the program. But, I know getting her master's is something that she's also interested in. And who knows where the road's going to take her, but she's just destined for success. And we just cannot, be more proud of her as an athlete and what she's done for our program and what she'll hopefully do by the time she graduates.
Parks will look to continue her success throughout the rest of the season with the LAC Championship coming up on May 1st. For the Owls Media Network, I'm Aurora Caraballo. And I'm Aurora Caraballo. Thanks for tuning in. The women's lacrosse team headed out to Western Connecticut over the weekend for an LEC conference showdown. Haley Radijak came up big for the Owls in this one. The Owls managed to get on the scoreboard early after junior Bridget Casey put the ball in the net off a gorgeous feed from Radijak. Western Connecticut would bounce back with a flurry of 4 straight goals that put the Owls in an early hole, one that was difficult to get out of. Radijak responded to Western Connecticut with a goal that cut the lead to 2. The second half started with this opening hat trick for Alexa Riggio of Western Connecticut, pushing the lead to 7-2. Western Connecticut had the momentum after scoring 3 straight, including this goal for a commanding 12-4 lead. Keene State dropped this one 13-5. The Owls are scheduled to play at UMass Dartmouth on April 7th. The men's lacrosse team opened their season Saturday also against Western Connecticut. Joe Nutting, Ben Bunnell, and Cooper Coffey had hat tricks in a blowout. Benjamin Hawthorne started the game off with an incredible goal for Western Connecticut with the assist from Tim Yanucci. The Owls' Justin Norris fires back only 2 minutes later off this pass from Colby Quiet. Cooper scores the first of 6 goals in the third quarter for KSC. Travis Hamilton giving the pass. Keene State starting to pull away on this one. Bunnell gets the pass from Nutting, giving the Owls a 10-4 lead. The Owls held Western Connecticut to 1 goal in the second half. Ben Wright nets the final goal of the night, pass from Hayden Finnerty. Keene State rolls in this one, 17-5. Up next, they go on the road to Eastern Connecticut on April 10th. Outdoor track and field opened their season on Saturday with the Eastern Connecticut Invitational. The women were led by multiple winning performances. Skylar Gauthier was the standout, taking home 3 wins in the 100-meter hurdles, long jump, and the 4x400-meter relay. Nicole Dalmeda also took home 2 wins, hers in the 200-meter dash as well as the 4x400-meter relay with Gauthier. Shannon Parks won both the shot put and the hammer throw. As for the men, Sam Hennedy came out and won his first collegiate race in the 400-meter hurdles. Joey Fodor was able to take the javelin throw for the Owls as well. Multiple second places for the men as well. Brandon Castor had a pair in both the 200 and 400-meter dashes, Rob St. Laurent in the 1,500-meter run, Jacob Pearl in the 5,000-meter, and Dylan Harden in the long jump. The Owls were also in second place in the 4x100-meter relay. The women ended up third behind Eastern Connecticut State and Roger Williams with 91 team points, while the men also took third with a total of 66 team points. Both the men and women's teams fared well overall, bringing home a pair of third-place team finishes. Outdoor track is next in action April 17th at UMass Lowell for the George Davis Invitational. This weekend is busy for both the baseball and softball teams. On Friday, the KSC baseball team opens conference play against Castleton University. Friday's game is at Keene State, but Castleton will bat as the home team. First pitch of the doubleheader is at 1. On Saturday, baseball goes to Castleton for another Twinville. First pitch is at noon. Softball finally opens their season at Plymouth State. That doubleheader is scheduled for 3. All schedules are subject to change, so for scores, stats, and more, check out KeenOwls.com. Again, that's KeenOwls.com. That's all for this week's show. For all of us here at Inside Owl Athletics, I'm Aurora Caraballo.
Welcome to Inside Owl Athletics. I'm Quinn Kimmel.
And I'm Aurora Caraballo. Thanks for tuning in. The softball team had its first sweep of the season against UMass Boston on Friday, and the first game had some late-game heroics. The first game was a low-scoring affair with only 2 combined runs in 7 innings. The first run would be put on the board by this Megan Blanchette single in the second inning. UMass would respond with a run of their own in the 5th inning, but it would be this walk-off single by Grace Hallett that would seal the game for the Owls. The hit would give the Owls the first win of the day, beating the Beacons 2-1. Moving on to Game 2. The majority of the game was quiet until the 4th inning. The Owls scored all their runs in this inning, kick-started by this fielding error off of a hit by Grace Hallett, scoring Alexis Blanchette. 5 of the 8 runs scored by the Owls this inning were unearned, including this wild pitch that would put the Owls up by 8. UMass was never able to respond to the flurry of runs in this inning. The Owls take this one 8-0 in just 5 innings. One contest coming up this week. Let's take a look at our upcoming schedule. Softball opens up postseason play on Tuesday. They take on 3-seed Plymouth State. The winner of Tuesday's game will go on to play the 2nd seed Eastern Connecticut State. Remember, all spring contests are subject to change and cancellation. So for scores, stats, and more, check out KeenOwls.com. Again, that's KeenOwls.com.
That's all for this week's show. For all of us here at Inside Owl Athletics, I'm Quinn Kimmel.
And I'm Aurora Caraballo. Thanks for watching.